was a lot of buzz around bada after 3GSM, or sorry, World Congress in February, so kept our eye on it, and we have to keep abreast of all the new platforms and needed to make sure we're here today.
We're interested in what offerings Samsung is bringing to web users with the bada platform.
Hardware's great. Samsung hardware's great. The volume shipments speak for themselves. So it's going to be a big marketplace. I just wanted to see how good the tools were. Have they got good tools? How good are the applications that you can create with those tools?
And I was kind of keen as well because Samsung, I think, do UIs really well. They design their products really nicely. I normally buy Samsung laptops as well, so and that's something I think is lacking from some of the other platforms.
We're getting more and more clients sort of asking us about bada, and it is one of those, obviously, you sort of you don't want to come back and go, well, we'll get back to you. We want to obviously be able to sell it as we sell any other platform and promote it.
I want to see what I can do with Flash on the bada platform, and that's quite a lot, so that's good.
So this is like an opportunity for me to meet people who are actually working on developing the platform, to meet people in person.
In one day you can get an awful lot of information, a lot of FaceTime, and pick up a lot of insight that you couldn't get otherwise.
I like the simulator. They've done a really good job with that. How you can very easily hook it up to your webcam, and then you can do certain things. You can take pictures. You can do facial recognition, all that stuff. It's really amazing and easy to use.
I've heard it's a Linux-based operating system, and so it's going to be really familiar to the majority of developers who are already developing for desktop applications or for Linux or even other mobile platforms. So I don't think the transition into bada is going to be very difficult. They have a few tricks up their sleeves that are pretty interesting that they're doing with video and 3D layering and some interesting augmented reality gaming and things like that, which I thought were really cool.
Bada, we're seeing, is one of the 3 or 4 platforms that is going to exist in the next 6 to 12 months.
Super apps, which I think are an interesting sort of concept, which are these slightly more insightful apps. These are not just marketing or gimmicky apps, these are sort of service-driven, and the bada platform allows that quite a lot.
I haven't heard very much at all, and that's exactly why I'm here to find out about it.
For a new entrant to come in, it's not going to be an easy process, but Samsung are a large company, probably with the will to succeed. So we're quite confident bada will succeed. So that's why we've decided to develop for it.
From what I've seen in the press, from what Samsung is going to release in the future, I think all the ducks are in a row for success.
The online resources are always great, so almost the more the better of those. Good if those come in a variety of formats, written, video, audio, so the different types of people can find the style that suits them. FaceTime, and not just FaceTime, contact time with the relevant team members is really helpful. If it can't be done face-to-face, it can be done through webinars and online activities.
What I find quite useful, what is Google doing, is they're making a developers day, where you can come along and there are available devices and technology people who can actually help you to solve the issues.
We need certain data from manufacturers such as Samsung to give us some insight into how many handsets are shipping to how many markets, so that we have all the stats that we need to actually seal the deal.
Another thing that's strangely important is if you can get bada handsets into the hands of people like my clients, people who work in digital agencies in Soho currently have iPhones.
Well, I'm an advocate of the web, so I think that they need to focus on building more robust APIs into their web platform where they're delivering more connections between what's happening in the browser and what's happening on the hardware.
One of the most important things is actually delivering the message to the consumer at retail about what bada actually means. Not necessarily what bada can do for developers, but what bada can do for consumers, and therefore generating and driving sales.
The worry going forward is fragmentation on the devices, different screen sizes, different features within the phone. We know they will come, but It's how Samsung address the compatibility layer and making it as easy as possible to make it run across all those devices.
So it's an ongoing dialogue to make sure that we've got the latest SDKs, and if an SDK is developed and updated, it's not weekly, but it's every quarter.
I think they just need to make sure the platform's consistent. Fragmentation costs us a fortune in time and money, so and trying to regression test across ever evolving platforms is very difficult.
There's certain companies we're working with who are porting companies which allow us to develop one application and then they can help us port it onto other devices. If Samsung works with, if it was working with a company called Grapple, if they work with these integration companies to make it easier to make more applications across the platform, that would be very helpful.
I mean, it's as simple as, if you want to play music, there's a playback button, there's a stop button, rewind, forward, it's that simple. So the user interface to the consumer has to be that simple. They don't care about technology. And if they're able to use the same interface across multiple devices, it makes their life easier, it makes our life easier, everyone's happy.
I get a lot of clients who misunderstand how GPS and the accelerometer works and think you can have an augmented reality app that, let's say you have a car in a showroom and you're pointing the phone at the car through the camera, and superimposed onto that are various bits of information, and as you turn around the car, that turns, and you can't do that with the current hardware. So yeah, anything that could fix that would be pretty good.
It would be intriguing to see if any mobile manufacturer makes a jump on a 3D screen. And seeing Nintendo's move at E3 this week with the 3DS, I think that could be intriguing.
A transparent screen would be fantastic. If you could have a transparent portable screen and just only show the graphics and text on it that you need at that moment, that's very interesting thing, I think. Because I'm very interested in augmented reality, and it seems so artificial to use the camera view and the whole box around it.
So I'm looking for full-featured hardware accelerated flash player in the browser on mobile devices. Come fourth quarter or first quarter of next year, you're going to be looking at 2 GHz processors running on handheld devices on a 4G network, doing hardware accelerated OpenGL graphics. So you're going to be looking at pretty much a proper computer in your hand.
I mean, mobile's moving at such a rapid pace now. It's incredible how quickly things are moving with regards to kind of hardware. So I just think we can't really. Developers are pushing the ecosystem really fast, grabbing the latest versions of anything and getting. So we are really fueling it. But I just think that it's going as fast as it can go. I've never seen technology move like this.
I think it's very well put together, and it's aimed at the right level with developers in mind, and the technical level. I think it's just right. Yeah.
I am feeling more positive towards it now than I was, say, yesterday. Yesterday I was thinking maybe it's just going to be another platform, and now I'm thinking maybe it's going to be another platform but has quite a good user experience, which is really important.
I think the tools are good, and I think the apps are a great experience that, it's saleable. So people are going to buy these apps, and the developers are going to be able to share in the revenue from that.
I think they covered quite a lot though. They have forums, they have direct people you can contact directly to ask them questions and to help out. I don't know what I need more, actually.